Are you going to cry when you watch the Little Mermaid trailer? No, I'm not. I mean, I do not want to start because I'm literally going to talk about what's in my video. But can, can we talk about what we've done to society where our little girls, high melanated or low melanated, it doesn't matter, cry and weep over fictional characters on a screen? That's weird. I'm sorry. We have to talk about that. We are going to need to talk about that. Like, what is that? What is that? Now, I've seen movies where like uh again, I told you I was a comic book fan. So there have been instances where the first time a particular character comes on the screen and you're like, wow, I remember that when okay, let's use Batman. Like, wow, I remember when I used to read Batman comics and now look at him on screen. Okay, I can kind of feel like, oh wow, that's nostalgic and cool and all that kind of stuff because I have a backstory to it. But to but I never thought about the fact that Batman needed to look like me. I've never thought of that ever. You see, I'm start. I'm gonna have to go and put that video up tonight because I'm gonna talk about it already. I'll put that one up first. I'll put the representation one up first. I don't need to. Why do our children need to see somebody that looks like them? Why? Why? I don't get it. I'm not trying to be just difficult for difficulty's sake, but why? Why is that? And it's a fictional character at that. It's not even like it's a real character. Like I can probably give you a little grace for Ruby Bridges, okay, or like you're like, oh, a little 7, 8 year old girl sees herself in that. I'm gonna give you a little bit of movement on that, okay, because that was a real human being, okay, it's a real human. But we're talking about a fictional character. There's no way that that character exists, and your child sees him or herself in that character, and they are all teared and awestruck about it. Yeah, we've done something wrong to our generation. We've done something wrong to them, if that is true. And you know, hey, you're welcome to disagree. I'm gonna put the video. I'll make sure that video goes up live first thing tomorrow, so we can go and start, dust off these boxing gloves. But I don't understand, why is representation real? Like, why do you need representation? Because also keep in mind, representation. When you make representation king, you don't stop only at Disney and Pixar fictional characters. You know where you also carry that foolishness to? You carry that foolishness to the Bible. And that's why you got people over here talking about they got to see a black Jesus, or white centered gospel, or transgender Jesus, because you've made representation a miniature God in these people's mind. Like, I have to see a bald, bearded, brown Jesus. Otherwise, I can't see myself in the Bible. Abraham has to have high melanin like me. Did Abraham have reading glasses too? He has to. I mean, like, it's insane, but that's what we're doing. I'm mocking it, but that's what they're doing. They've made themselves. So really, they're worshiping themselves, and they are the standard for everything. So because I love myself, I want to see myself as a Superman. I want to see myself as this character or that character, or as God. Just since we were in the subject of little girls needing a positive role model. Got you. I believe little girls should see positive role models in their house. You got your whole mama right there. Your mama should be your number one superhero. Your daddy should be your number one superhero. Yes, all the other ones are going to be supporting cast. All the other ones are going to be are going to be helps, and they're going to be mentors. But your mama, your daddy need to be your number one superheroes. Your number one for your children. If you're not your child's number one superhero, your number one role model, then sir, ma'am, you need to fix that. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If your child is living in your whole house with you, maybe if the kid is, if something happened in your family and whatnot, and you don't have access to your child, that's a different game. But if your child is sitting in your living room right now, watching TV, cooking something in your house, you should be their number one role model. Teachers, okay, that's great. Pastors, yes, yep. Uh, People on TV, okay, but you should be number one. That's it. If you're not your child's number one example and role model, you need to fix that. That's it. Your little girls should learn how men should treat women from seeing the husband dealing with his wife, dealing with mama. My kids see me all the time and they're like, Dad. I said, well, if your husband don't love you like your dad loves your mom, then you got the wrong man. So they already know. Yeah, if your sons should learn how to treat their moms by how they see their dads treat their moms. That's it. So I don't need Lizzo to be a role model for my daughters. Shoot, she don't seem to know how to dress appropriately. Dag nabbit, I don't want my kids dressing like that. I don't need some moldy Cheeto head mumble rapper to be a model for my future son-in-law. I want my future son-in-law to be hopefully learning from his daddy how to be a good husband, so that when he come knocking on my door, I can at least hear what he's saying before I throw him out my house. So I don't need entertainers. I don't need anybody. If your primary role, my the primary interaction I have with you is through a screen, I don't need you to be my role model. I don't need you to be a role model for my kids. I need my pastor to role model for my kids. I need my family to role model for my kids. I need to role model for my kids. I need to be the champion role model for my children. I don't care nothing about Lizzo or any mumble rapper or artist or anything like that. I mean, truth be told, comic book character. I don't need you to be my child's role model. I need to be. The onus is on me to be a role model for my children. Anything else is ancillary. Anything else is a secondary supporting cast. I am the center of role modeling because I am exemplifying what Christ likeness is in this household. And if I'm not doing that, then sir, ma'am, I need to get off this mic and I need to go do something and fix that. So I totally get it. But that's my 2 cents on that one right there.